Hello there. Today we're going to take a look at the 5 best indoor drones in the market for this year. First, we're going to show you our 5 best picks, then we'll talk about what you should look for before buying an indoor drone. We'll put the links to all the products we mentioned in this video down in the description below. Let's get started. Number 5. Ryze Tello. While some of the drones on this list are toy grade, this is in every respect a consumer grade product, with quality packaging, safe-looking batteries, and a full set of features. It's a little more expensive than some, but you get what you pay for, not least the Intel and DJI tech on board. That includes a downward-facing sensor, which makes for stunningly stable hovering and auto landing, and the ability to retract to a wall bounce. At first, you'll have fun flying it around the house like any other drone, sneaking around doors, using the FPV video on your phone screen. You can also use an optional game controller. There are button press flips and stunts to impress friends and family, but really, that's just the start. Number 4. Blade Nano QX. The Blade Nano QX is a very fast drone for such a low price and is also very responsive and agile. I wouldn't recommend using it for racing, however, as it does not have a camera. I would recommend it for the opposite use, for learning to fly indoors, as it features stability mode, which lives up to its name surprisingly well. Let go of the sticks and the drone will hover by itself, which is a feat for the price. It lacks the bells and whistles of more expensive drones, but it does feature a strong build and the excellent stability mode, as mentioned before, so it's a great indoor beginner drone. Number 3. Holy Stone HS-170. The HS-170 is a decent pick for those looking for a cheap indoor drone, mainly due to its flexible propeller guards, which flex during impact to minimize damage, and ease of use. The body seems quite durable and handles bumps and collisions well, despite feeling a little plastic fantastic. It's user-friendly and has a 6-axis gyro to stabilize flight, so it's a good choice as a beginner drone or for someone who wants to see what all the drone buzz is about without dropping a lot of cash. Other features include a return to home button, make sure the drone has a clear path before activating, and a roll button. Just press it and make the drone roll in midair. Number 2. Force One Scoot LED. Eschewing the traditional remote controller with sticks approach, this drone wants to get up close and personal, responding to hand gestures from inside a complete protective cage. This lack of complication and total finger protection make it ideal novel fun for children of all ages. To get it in the air, you simply toss the drone cage into the air and the motors will kick in. It'll slowly but continuously rotate, and it has 2 IR sensors on opposite sides, which it uses to detect and avoid your palm. So essentially, you can push it without touching it. It maintains altitude, but also has an IR sensor on the bottom so you can push it up too. Finally, the motion sensor will shut it straight off if it hits something, with the cage absorbing the blow. Simple, but effective. If you get your hands near the sensors on both sides, which isn't as easy as it sounds, then it'll even attempt to flip. Number 1. Potenzic Firefly A20W. The A20 fits in the hand with room to spare, and in a crowded marketplace, it stands out on build quality, not least the chunky propeller guards, and simplicity of both use and design. Many mini drones come with confusing controllers with an array of push buttons for calibration, but the Potenzic is elegant. There are 2 thumbstick controls and shoulder buttons to operate the camera and cycle through the 3 speed modes. Beginners will appreciate the altitude hold, meaning you don't need to continuously adjust the throttle to hover, and headless mode, meaning you don't need to worry about the drone's orientation. There is also automatic landing and a red LED at the rear which flashes when the battery is about to run out, so you can make sure that you're hovering in a good landing spot. Now that we showed you the best indoor drones out there, let's talk about a few things you should look for before buying one. FAQ. Can you fly a drone inside your house? Flying drones indoors should be done in a safe manner. Flying a drone indoors has several risks such as flying into people, pets, furniture, ceilings, and floors. Don't fly large drones such as FPV or phantom-sized drones indoors for competitions or demos unless you have considerable experience. Why do drone batteries die so fast? Well, the reason for short flight times is mainly down to the amount of energy required to fly a drone or a quadcopter. The blades are very short, So they're required to rotate at high RPMs to generate the lift required to fly, which then leads to a lot of energy needed. What's inside the drone? As you can see, the graph lists every single major component of the device: propeller, motor, GPS module, LEDs, electronic speed controller, forward obstacle and avoidance sensor, downward obstacle avoidance sensor, downward ultrasonic sensor, drone flight controller, gimbal, camera, battery, camera board, and antenna.